I'm here with Michael Schneider from Gensler, and we'll be talking about the impact smart buildings have on society, culture, and the narratives that permeate the fabric of humanity. Michael, you mentioned smart buildings are a way to get buildings, which is physical space, into the realm of digital. And once they're into the realm of the digital, they become part of the narrative and the stories that we tell. Could you elaborate a bit more on that concept?
Sure. I think up until now, buildings got built and they became this static space that you went and you did these very specific tasks in. And then on the other side, we have our digital lives where we and the next generation have spent on our devices in the world of the web, connecting, being social, building stories, building our own identities. And there's a real kind of schism, or there has been a schism between these two territories. And I think as buildings become smart, there's this opportunity right now to imbue some of the same social and cultural aspects that we find in digital in the spaces that we inhabit. And I think it's really interesting to look at how right now, I think for especially the younger generation, physical environments are to some extent disappointing because when you walk into a physical space, you actually get cut off from what's around you. And when you walk into a digital space, you're connected to a much bigger network. And so there's this imbalance there that I think smart building technology mixed with this incredible upsurge of smart home and IoT technology, I think we're really seeing this opportunity or this tipping point to make the built environment really be part of our everyday story and social community.
The schism you mentioned is something that I personally experience as well, where I feel that my digital existence isn't really in step with what I do professionally, which obviously happens in my office or roundabouts where I'm going for work, at exhibitions and conferences. How do you think we can start merging that schism and mending that fence?
I think one of the big shifts that has to happen is to understand who are making the decisions, who's the client, in effect, for the built environment that houses our work experience. Up until now, it really is focused on real estate or operations. And these are people who really care about the very pragmatic aspects of how many people can you get on the desks, how efficient can the building be. It's all about numbers and commodification. I think the new client that needs to become our client for these built environments is more the CMO, the head of HR. It's the people that really care about the brand story, the business story, and what it means to work there from HR. The head of HR needs to be one of the key players in determining how the office space is designed, where up until now that hasn't been the case. And frankly, until you get to the C-level person, no one's going to take the financial risk to actually turn the built environment into a large storytelling canvas.
And how much does the onus rest on architects and people like you and the firm that you work for in driving forward this process of making sure that there's coherence across all these different facets that make up the end user?
I think there's a huge onus on us as architects and designers to reimagine not just the possibilities and demonstrate the possibilities, but come up with a process that allows us to engage our clients in a much more iterative, driven design process so that they really understand what they're getting. Just like how you might show a CMO some quick studies of what a website or an app might look like and then do rapid iterations, that type of process needs to be applied in the architectural and design field, where you can have these rapid cycles, engage your clients in this design process in a much deeper way, and then start to change the thinking about, at the moment that the site gets launched, is when it just really starts to iterate. So you're not completing a building, here's your building, we'll talk to you in 30 years. We're building a platform together. We've modeled it in BIM. We know how it's going to function and run when we open, but then we stay engaged in an iterative design process, even once people have moved in, to make it better and better and bring that culture and story out of this platform that we've built.